I'm about to whip somebody's ass. What's going on, Jerome's? We are back, the Vikings-Panthers pregame show, the only Vikings-Panthers pregame show that matters in the entire universe. Thanks for coming along. We got some Q&A about half an hour before kickoff time, noon Central Time, which is the only time zone as well. Thank you very much for coming along. Vikings 4-6 welcome in the 4-7 Carolina Panthers. Vikes hope to keep their razor thin playoff hopes alive, and if they win, increase their chances to about, 25%. So we'll see. They will have to do it without Am Jerome. Ezekiel Thielen been officially ruled out, had not cleared from COVID reserve. Now, there had been a little bit of hope spread by Zimmer that maybe could have cleared before kickoff, a la what CJ Ham and Austin Cutting had done the previous 2 weeks, but wasn't meant to be. Although, since Zimmer lies about everything, injury and also availability related to players, it could have been foobarred, but it's whatever. So no Thielen. Justin Jefferson is wide receiver 1. So now the Vikings will have to find someone to step up as wide receiver 2. Is it going to be ONLY Johnson? He was officially listed at starter. I think that you will see ONLY Johnson in 2 wide receiver sets. So he is the de facto starter. When they go 3 wide, I think they'll just kick Chad Beebe into the slot. That's what they've been doing generally. So big time opportunity for the second year man out of Colorado State. Don't sleep on BC. Hasn't really done much with the few opportunities that he's gotten so far this year, since Justin Jefferson is obviously eating up all that work. But remember, BC was a starter. The first 2 weeks of the season, it was him and Thielen until Jefferson finally had the training wheels taken off. But we'll see. I think that it's going to have to be a big load of Dalvin Cook. The Panthers are 31st in the league in terms of stopping the run. So I think 33 could carry this team all the way to a W, and hopefully they get something done against Carolina. But, the Panthers, man, even though they're down McCaffrey, and also I fully believe that the Panthers, they understood that we were onto them, that they understood that we were on to their game, their conspiracy theory man of, Christian McCaffrey's not playing, even though he's just going to travel with the team. And then they're like, they're onto us. Don't let him travel. So Mike Davis is still kind of legit. The Panthers still go 3 wide. And of course, hey Teddy coming on in. So it's gonna be a game, man. It's gonna be a pretty solid ball game. I think the Vikings end up winning a close game here, even without Thielen. But it's tough. It's tough. Looking at the inactive, so KJ Osborne benched again. This is the second time KJ has gotten benched. I don't know, man. I just don't know. When you draft a return specialist, you want him to actually be decent at returning, but he is not it. His contribution to the offense has been nothing, so I don't know. But Tajay Sharp is active as the wide receiver for today. Also, Chisholm, so he's a special teamer. He's not a wide receiver. Yeah. Curtis Riley, safety, is inactive. That means Metellus is up. Dylan Mabin is the only cornerback on the roster, not active yet again. Cutting, benched. The Andrew DePaulo experiment continues again. This is the final week that they can bring DePaulo up without subjecting him to waivers, so this could be it there. Jordan Brailford is out again for personal reasons. Ezra's got that ankle. Irv Smith re-injured his groin/back. His groin, his back. Everything is whack against the Cowboys. Panthers, Will Greer. Will Greer was their quarterback 3 anyway, so who cares? Sam Franklin is out. Now, Franklin had started the 4 out of the 5 last games. 4 of the 5 previous games for the Panthers. Nailed it. McCaffrey out. I got Mike Davis in. Greg Little's been a bit of a disappointment. And second round pick coming out of Ole Miss. And last year, there was a lot of ties of the Vikings could be in on Greg Little. I wasn't sold, man. I think there's a lot of TJ Clemmings vibes with Greg Little, but yeah. Dennis Daly, who had been their starter at right guard, he's been dinged up. He started 1 game. That's whatever. And also Dante Jackson, who had about 300 snaps at cornerback, he is out as well. So we got some questions. Q's and A's. Let's go. Landon Miller. How do you think this Broncos game will turn out? I'm definitely watching that one. I think it's going to be awesome and hilarious. So I actually hope that, Jerry Jeudy is dinged up too. So I actually hope that Denver runs 4 plays, and I hope that it's all triple option or something ridiculous like that. I also DM'd in Discord about my film room. Thanks for the immense effort, and thank you. Mr. Clean, keep pounding. Okay. Corn, who do you think is going to step up as wide receiver 2 and play some ball? BC Johnson, man, better step up. I think Chad Beebe will get his customary 1 third-down conversion, but BC is going to have a massive opportunity here. And also, they don't scare you on the outside. Tony Pride Jr., Troy Pride Jr., as well as Rasul Douglas. Yeah. Evan Cascanaway. Hopefully BC has a good game. If Thielen is out, I hope he will get number 2 wide receiver snaps. I think he will. Tom Schmitty. Teddy and the depth of his wide receiver core makes his potentially volatile matchup for our young cornerback stable. Do you think they'll step up after last week's debacle? And how do you think they'll get it done? Prediction Vikings 31, Carolina 27. I think they'll go back to what they did against Green Bay and Detroit and Chicago. I think that these young cornerbacks, maybe they were a little bit cocky, a little bit full of themselves. I think they'll go back to basics. I think they'll go back to playing sides. I think that they will limit their responsibilities and going to have to rely a lot more on Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris. I won't be shocked if the Vikings end up playing a lot more 2 deep safeties today against Teddy and company. Sam Morris. So is Teddy going to light up this defense or not on defense? He certainly could. Man, the aforementioned wide receiver group. So Robbie Anderson as well as DJ Moore are on track for 1,000-yard seasons. Curtis Samuel's pretty damn legit out of the slot. So it's going to be a ball game, man. Anthony Martinez, what are your JJ and Cook stat line predictions? Jefferson, I'm going to go 7 for a $117 and 1. Dalvin, I'm going to go 121 on the ground and 2 touchdowns and also 40 yards receiving. Dave Barnes Sr., 2 questions. 1, which Vikings team will show up? The good one. 2, can the Vikings keep McCaffrey in check? Damn straight, since he's at his condo in Carolina. Caden Odie, does Teddy make the Vikings regret letting him go even if the Vikings win? I think that there will be some cause for pause. I understand why the Vikings went in a different direction. You did have a lot of medical questions about that knee with Teddy. It was basically like a 3-year recovery, and then he looked good in 2019. So I know that Zimmer deep down still wanted Teddy, still wants Teddy, but, is what it is at this point. Samson Romaine. I also think Teddy with Joe Brady and those weapons, give him a year or 2, and just like that offense is going to be dynamic. Samson Romaine. Did you see that safety from the Cowboys on? We also was fine for that helmet hit Cousins versus hit that led to the Cowboys takeaway. Yeah, that's complete baloney. It is. So they need to make helmet to helmet reviewable. They do. So they need to expand instant replay and challenges out. So something that was clear that can be reversed. So that turnover would have been changed. The Vikings would have gotten 15 yards, as well as hits like Harrison Smith can be changed as well. So yeah. Trubisky, does Jefferson win Offensive Rookie of the Year if he keeps playing solid? I think that Herbert may get it ahead of him, mainly because quarterback versus a wide receiver, as well as the LA market. I think the NFL will put their thumb on the scale a little bit for the better PR story for the Los Angeles quarterback winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. Double J 57. Does Kirk throw for 300? No, I think he goes for about 250 today. Nawang Sherab, who's going to have to step up the most from the defense to win the game? It's a good question. I think someone on the defensive interior. So whether that's Jaleel Johnson or Armand for Watts or James Lynch is active, getting after it, because you can get some pressure on Carolina through the guards because the guard play is not that great. So someone is going to have to step up and get something done. Or Afadi or DJ Wanham on the outside, Hercules, whoever's on the outside. Can we please get a little bit of a pass rush? 6 pressures and 1 sack against the Cowboys is inexcusable. Absolutely inexcusable. Tom Schmitty. Is it wrong that I would rather see Mike Boone experience come in as opposed to Madison when Dalvin needs a breather? Decision time next year, even though I know Madison has another year or 2 on his rookie deal. To use him as trade bait. People don't trade for running backs. They don't. I do like a combination of Madison and Boone. I think that Madison is a little bit more agile than he gets credit for, as well as he's a better power back than Boone. But Boone does have some legit explosiveness. I do want Mike Boone to be part of this team going forward. I could see him having a Raheem Mostert adjacent type career arc where he finally gets his shot a little bit later in his career, and he does some good things with it. Also, he's a core special teamer like Mostert was before he became a full-time running back. Fall Gamer 20. I'm predicting a close game, 30-27. Cook gets hot right away, then cools down, then starts it up again. He goes over 200 yards. Woo! Jefferson goes for $150. Kirk plays so good, but then someone gets injured. It's dark. They had us in the first half, not going to lie. Huddle butter. If Dalvin Cook can't get any yards on the run game and Justin Jefferson is double teamed, who do you think will get the ball? Maybe Chad Beebe? Man, Irvin's out too. It's going to be rough. So they're going to have to figure something out. And if they take away those two, Rudy, maybe, BC, maybe. Maybe even Tyler Gronklin, who's been getting a ton of snaps, even with Irv in the game. Corey Mattis. Can Zimmer get his team on a 6-game winning streak? Can Zimmer produce a Super Bowl caliber defense with what he's got? Well, they won 8 games around 2017. Super Bowl caliber defense with what he's got. He can certainly get an opportunistic defense, one that you can win games with. That offense certainly is Super Bowl caliber. They can put up points and go toe-to-toe with anyone. Young Dizzy. Who do you think is winning the game? Vikings. Austin Eggert. Thielen, no. Zachary Wilson. Is Thielen playing? No. Gerald Smith. Yo, what you snacking on for the game? That's a good question. I didn't really plan that far ahead. Got a lot of leftovers. So we have... obviously Thanksgiving leftovers. Got some turkey leftovers, some good times. Basically ate all the sides. That's what happens with the sides. But Saturday was Small Business Saturday, so we loaded up on a bunch of items from our favorite small stores and restaurants. So we got a ton of kimchi around. That's the Korean bomb shelter is just, it's made of kimchi. Like the walls, instead of cement, we got kimchi. So we got kimchi. We got some pickled soybeans. No, bean sprouts. Excuse me. As well as we got some leftover pho and just some Asian stuff. It's really Asian weekend. So what can I do? Let's see here. That's Gio. If the Vikings win, I'm going to do wings because only winners get wings. That's Gio. If Vikings were to lose all the quarterbacks like the Broncos, who would be the best option on the rooster? Who do you think would be the most entertaining player to play quarterback? That's a good question. Mike Boone. Mike Boone as a Wildcat. Man, if you only had Jerick McKinnon back, because he was a triple option quarterback at Georgia Southern. Back in the day. Let's see here. I think that might be it. I don't think any wide receivers had much quarterback experience before. Although it seems like everyone in high school, like every NFL player in high school was a quarterback, unless they're like a 400-pound lineman. Just seems that way. But most entertaining, Kyle Hinton. Like the Broncos are starting to Hinton at quarterback. Why can't the Vikings? MJ the GOAT. Justin Jefferson, 237 yards. God, that'd be sexy. That'd be great. But although if the Vikings have to throw that much, I think game script wise, that's probably a bad sign. Mark Jr. Because I think the game that Megatron went for almost for 300, I think they lost. Let's see here. Megatron. Single game record. All right. Calvin Johnson, 329 against the Cowboys. Oh, no, they won. Oh, wait. This was the game that... Was this the game where... Yeah, the Lions came all the way back because the Cowboys just kept throwing the ball. Oh, man. Man. Stafford for 481, a touchdown, 2 picks. God, Stafford is garbage. Calvin Johnson, 14 for 329. That's such a stupid stat line. Oh, Joseph Underwear Randall. Dez caught it. He had 72 and 2 touchdowns. Man. It's good times. Let's see here. Mark Jr. Will Thielen play? No. And if so, why not Ham and other players made it through this? Why is this one different? I don't know. Maybe he did test positive. Also, Minnesota trade for Minka last year moved to corner. Yes. Last one didn't. The NFL postponed Saints. Well, because Steelers and Ravens is more important. That's exactly what it came down to. It's like when they rescheduled the Titans-Bills game week 4 after the Vikings had lost to the Titans, where they didn't reschedule the Vikings at all. They're just giving credence to the top-tier teams that actually matter. Broncos do not. Next up. Summerhouse, will we get a pick this game? If so, who? Yes. Anthony Harris. One time. Tom Schmidt, the Broncos don't have a quarterback. Kyle Ripkentrop, who will throw more interceptions and who will throw more touchdowns? Also, who will lead the team in receptions? I think Teddy will throw 1. I think Kirk will throw none. I think Teddy will throw 3 touchdowns. Kirk will throw 2. And the Vikings' leader in receptions will be Justin Jefferson. Mr. Clean 30-20. Good for you. Let's hear. Justin Leander, are we betting Vikings -3? Damn straight. Damn straight. And Reed Jensen, 19 playing. No, he is not. But overall, I'm looking forward to this game, man. It should be pretty good. And also, if you look at this here. Also, I will say, like, nothing is more of a lightning rod amongst the fan base than Teddy, man. Because there are, let's see here. So there's a segment of the Vikings fan base that just absolutely hated Teddy Bridgewater. And I don't get it, man. Like, why would you actively root for your quarterback to fail just because you didn't agree with the draft pick? Well, it's like the whole Kirk Cousins thing. Disagreed with the contract, disagreed with the signing, but also I wanted him to win. Because that means that it would be, give your team the best chance to actually win a football game. So right now, Vikings have 19% to make the playoffs, 1-5, and also 2% chance to win the division. And like we laid out before, if the Vikings actually do win out, we fully expect. Now, we fully expected the Vikings to drop a stupid game, except we thought it was going to be the Jaguars and not the Cowboys. Oh man. It's rough, but what can you do? But yeah, just keep winning, keep grinning, and keep growing and showing, and that's all you can do. Just take care of business against Carolina today, and then you're on to Jacksonville. Maybe the Vikings could get to 500, and then you're down in Tampa for the Week 14 showdown. And also, the more that I think about it, I'm really pissed and annoyed that the Vikings play on Christmas Day. I really am. Even though Christmas Day should be NBA Day, even though they altered the schedule, obviously, so. I understand that the NFL is trying to capitalize on it, but it's annoying, man. It's annoying. But what can you do there? Let's see what else here. Let's go through the Week 14 matchups, rooting interests, as it were. All right. I'm sorry, Week 12 matchups. So we obviously want the Saints to lose at Denver. Oh, now will they lose to college?